Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, guys. Where the trader gang at? There they are. All right, I think we're live. First of all, guys, let's just get started with the intro here. Welcome, guys. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the live stream where we first view the watch list and then we trade the market open every day together, starting at 9:30 or sometimes pre-market as well. Today's Thursday. It's the second to last day of the trading week. Wow, this week has just flown by. It's been mind-blowingly. I can't even speak right now. Mind-blowingly quick. It's August the 13th. It's 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another 15 minutes before the market opens at 9:30, and then we'll wrap up this stream usually around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Little reminder, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick and not meant to be followed. Always know yourself why you are entering and exiting a stock. Know your targets, especially your stops. This community is a place for us to help each other. Please do not spam or you will be put in timeout. Check out the video description below, guys. Tons of FAQs down there. I'm sure if you're watching this already, you probably know that. I wish I could kind of repeat that throughout the stream when all the new people come in, but FAQs, guys, a lot of stuff down there. Let's get started because it's been a busy morning. I was trading FAT and NTN, both of these like an absolute animal. Although I left a lot of money on the table. I've only had one red trade actually pre-market, and that was a total FOMO fake out here. I was actually just looking at this when I started the stream. We had a perfect bounce off at 10. I should have done this one. Today, I might be up on FAT, 300 bucks, and you guys might be thinking I had some sort of home run trade on FAT. I did not. I had no more than like a 3-4% trades. I think this might have been my biggest trade. I didn't even get that, like I got a pretty okay entry, but again, I sold way too soon. This one, very quick. Here was my my loss on almost the most perfect setup. Quick pullback, bought this one. I think this was another loss. Actually, I had two losses today. Fake news. I had two losses. I had this dip. All these were tiny trades, but they added up, and that's really what helps you become consistent. You know, when I was trading with the $25,000 challenge account and we had maybe 2-3 trades a day, I would constantly be looking for a bigger move. And at the end of the month, you know, we'd only be up a few $100. And it was constantly because I was up 3, 4, 5%, and then I would close a trade for, you know, a 1-2% loss. Especially pre-market, you want to ideally reduce position size because of the flash pullbacks, bad news that comes out. It's just a little bit more spotty the way things trade. But also you just want to take profits when you have them. With FAT, I was trading this pretty aggressively, and on the way down here, I think it was like, I don't know, somewhere after this last trade and this dip down here, I was kind of going through the news again, and I was like, yeah, I mean, there potential warrants out here, or there are warrants out. If you just check their last filing, they're 8K, so around $5. There's a bunch of shares that can be sold since the market. I just was losing some confidence. There was also less buy volume here, and I felt like we already had a triple top here. And actually, when we were pulling up, this is the last time I bought this pullback, and I was looking for a quick break above 12. We didn't get that quick break, so I closed this one at 11.86. Again, base it. This move was like 4%. I probably walked away with 2% of this one. So it's just because I felt like NTN and FAT both were very thickly traded pre-market. I actually felt like, you know what, they might need to chill out a little bit before the market opened, and I'm a little bit nervous that there's going to be a lot of pullbacks here. So that's when I wrote in the chat room, you know what, I think I'm done trading pre-market, because maybe I would have felt different if I didn't trade so much, but at the same time, when something is this thickly traded pre-market, I mean, FAT was just on fire. Sometimes, and we see this a lot, stocks pulling back 20, 30, 40% before the market opens, and then we look for those red to green reversal moves. And it oftentimes happens with tickers that are a little bit more aggressively traded pre-market. So NTN, let's talk about this one really quickly here. This is another ticker I was trading. Oh, you know what? I didn't even talk about the stats on FAT. Let's go back to FAT. This is an explosive ticker, guys. 1.5 million float, ridiculous. USA restaurant company, they plan acquisition of Johnny Rockets. I've actually never eaten there, so I can't really comment on it. Also, acquisitions are always a bit of a question mark. I had a friend that worked in mergers and acquisitions, or what did the American Psycho say? Murders and executions or something like that. Anyway, he told me that most end up failing. So it's not typically a good thing. I forgot the statistic on it, but most mergers and acquisitions aren't really beneficial. It's kind of like when you have too much money and you don't know what to do with it and you start buying stuff you don't need. That tends to be the case for mergers and acquisitions. Is this a good acquisition for fat brands? Maybe. I have no idea, but I do know that the market has been reacting to it quite aggressively, and I do know that there is big momentum here to day trade. So that's why I'm trading it. We'll see if we keep trading it. Again, 1.5 million float. That is rickety split volume. That is, I mean, we're going to be looking for some huge ripskis today. I'm not sure if to the downside or to the upside, but I would like to find some base on FAT. We've had, this hasn't really been the classic runner kind of stock. I mean, this is not usually the one that explodes with news. And I'm actually a little bit surprised it has been. And I don't really see that it's been doing reverse splits. So I'm surprised that their float is so low. A lot of kind of question marks for me on that. What I do know, let's see, we're coming close to like $9. That's right in this area. There's actually kind of a decent amount of support here at $9. So let's go ahead and kind of discuss that this zone here a little bit. Okay, so that's $9 right here. We have obviously this fake out here. We had multiple tests in this area. So we're kind of coming to this $9 zone. This could be, well, guess what? It was a great bounce zone. This could have been a great dip buy here. Oh my Lord, baby Jesus. Yeah, man, talk about missing a freaking bounce. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm going to wait till the market open. I think we'll see how this one goes if it breaks 9. But if it breaks 9, we have another key support zone right around here at 811. We had a pullback. We had a little bit of an attempted breakout. We had a real breakout. We had a retest. So I really like this $8 area on FAT. Now, who knows? We might even be below $8 before the market opens. I kind of doubt it, but if we are, we'll have to reassess it. But $8 could be a really good zone to maybe pick up some FAT. Whew. All right, let's go to NTN. Yeah, Augustin, I just read your message, $8 for FAT. What do I think? I think that's a great stab on that. Appreciate it, Joyce. Ripskis from Kyle. Yeah. So NTN was another ticker I was trading pre-market. 3 million float, guys. Absolutely wild what kind of floats we're seeing here across the board. US book broadcasting company. I feel like we haven't seen a broadcasting company in a hot minute. Merger agreement. So again, honestly, merger agreements aren't really my favorite catalyst, but today they have been really, really explosive. Although, red flag, NTN has been pulling back over 40% from pre-market highs, and FAT also pulled back, I think around 40+% from pre-market highs. So both of these shows that the merger acquisition news doesn't really have any, like, it's not as tangible, right? Like, it doesn't hold the highs very well. And I think the explosion was really because of the low floats, 3 million on NTN and 1.5 million on FAT. So we'll see what happens here. With NTN though, very similar to FAT. This one actually has much more spikes than FAT, but what I wanted to talk about, very similar, big support around 2.5 to 275. So those zones could be reversal zones. That's what I'm going to be looking for. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of other potential going on there, especially with like IGC. But honestly, two tickers. You guys know me. Like 2 tickers, I'm already overwhelmed. Every time in like 1 or 2 trade or more than one trade at once, like I might as well just be drunk because I can't trade anymore. So I just, I like to acknowledge my limitations, and I like to not force something that I'm not good at. And trading multiple tickers, maybe I'll get good at that in the future, but at the moment I'm definitely not there yet. So I don't know. IGC, yeah, we could have this really, really nice break here back above 3. We had a pre-market high of 4. Pre-market high of 4. Let's kind of document that. interesting because four was a really key kind of support zone in this area as well. So really nice stuff we're seeing here. 350, a little harder to see over here, but definitely $4 is a very key zone. I would probably go to argue that 5.5 is a key zone as well. Typical though, 5.5 is almost always a key zone, so nothing new. There's nothing surprising there. So let's see what IGC does as well. I'm gonna put an alert here, see if we break above 4, guys. To be honest, I'm not super wild about trading second green days, so I might just let them chilly willy, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. If you guys want to trade IGC, I'm not saying it's a bad ticker. It could be the best play of the day. But to me, I think the most obvious ticker to be looking at is FAT and then maybe NTN. So that's what I'm going to be focused on. But I think IGC, if we hold this kind of support here at like 323 or 330, we might rip past 3.5 and then we might have an extremely explosive move to 4. I think that is fairly likely to happen. I don't think I'm going to trade it because I'm going to be looking at something else, but I think that's what I would be looking at if we had nothing else. My God, there's a lot to talk about. SNE, do I have any suggestions on SNE considering? No, to be honest, I have no thoughts on Sony. But the PS, I mean, that's a pretty solid gaming system. I have the Xbox at home and it's an absolute nightmare. Like I had an Xbox when I was a kid and I had a good fun with it, but now it's like, it's just always updating something. If I want to play Call of Duty, forget about it. If I didn't install updates yesterday, then I might as well just, you know, not even think about playing Xbox. So it's like, I'm a very fed up Xbox owner. Xbox client? I don't know. There's probably a better word for it, but I don't know. So I think Sony, if they just, you know, do a little bit in the right direction, I think they have big progress, leaps ahead. Yeah, I haven't played Xbox in years. Good times. Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about Xbox when I'm playing it now. I'm like, you know what? I think I might just leave Xbox as like a good memory of the past. I don't know. I've been a little bit upset about it lately. Okay, enough of ranting here. 250, guys. We got another 2 minutes and 50 seconds before the market opens. Pay to play PS3 for life. See, PS3 also has diehard fans. Does Xbox have diehards? I don't know. HTBX, COVID play with some good news on their treatment results. I don't know. HTBX, you know, it could be already up 25%. The problem I have with HTBX, you know, it's been a recent runner many times. It's on the backside of a big move. I think this is more of a bottom bounce than anything on HTBX. And I think there's a lot of back holders on it, big resistance at 2. And it's not the clear lead gapper. So just be careful with that. I'm not saying it's not going to break above 2, but I think there's going to be probably more people taking profits on this one than anything else. So just be a little careful with that. All right, guys. 2 minutes till the market opens. These are the moments we want to really take a step back. Just think a little bit. We got the markets down 0.2% on the SPY. Bitcoin's down. VIX is down. All right, that's actually like perfect small cap trading conditions. I love when everything's a little bit down. It's like the holy grail. Thursday, statistically a hot day. Got my water here. Kind of have to go to the bathroom a little bit. What's up with like 3 minutes before the market? I always have to go to the bathroom. But it's not that bad. FAT, yeah. All right, so guys, remember $9, big support. If that cracks, maybe in the 850s or so with NTN, 275 is going to be an interesting zone. It's a lot of key zones to be kind of keeping your eyes on. This would be a good day to be an iguana. All right. Yep, Corey says it right, guys. Be patient. Don't jump into anything. Wait till you see it, and when you see it, then get really aggressive. Then jump in on it, because if you want it and it runs away from you, you're gonna have some serious FOMO later and jump into a setup that might not be as good. I'm not totally sure on that, Brent. I don't really trade around splits. I think he could buy both on any dip and be generally in the right idea. All right, guys, FAT lead gapper right now, 168% up pre-market, followed by NTN. Good luck, everyone. Whoo, man. Eight seconds, volumes spiking on all fronts. Wow, huge dip here on FAT. See if we can get a quick entry on FAT. Quick entry on FAT. That was actually a really strong pullback. Not totally sure if that was the right idea. Let's quickly close this position. Not the biggest fan of it. I'm out of this position. Quickly closed it. Again, remember this one has a lot of warrants. Be very careful. I like NTN a little bit more. Made a little bit of profits on FAT just now, but overall, I'm still very weary on this one. Typically, I would have loved that setup. Bought at 69, sold at 90. Nothing too crazy. Just, again, very, very kind of cautious with it. I would have held it much longer, but those warrants freaked me out. So far, nice move here, 15%. I gotta say, really, really sweet. Honestly, FAT might get halted here. Nah, looks like I sold too soon, guys. So, this is why you don't copy me. Everyone has a different idea. Everyone has a different strategy. Took my profits, ran away. Could have been much more. It is what it is. Let's see what happens. Rippy hard. So we pulled down to 8.5. That was a really strong flush. Nice. Congrats to everyone that made that. Really, really sweet. I'm watching NTN. Let's see what kind of move that was. This was a 15% move, guys. Really, really big congrats there. Remember, this thing can pull back just as fast. 1.5 million float. Really, really dangerous, especially with those warrants. Showed some big signs of weakness pre-market as well. Just keep that in mind. Don't want to scare anybody too much. Just, manage your risk. So this one's going to open up at 36. Let's keep an eye on that. IGC, let's see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, IGC really had no desire to enter this ticker. Quick pullback to 2.8. Maybe having a red to green move as well. Let's see what happens. I mean, maybe it will pop back above 3.5. This could be kind of interesting. Having a triple bottom here at 288. Man, I really wish FAT didn't have those sketchy warrants that popped up. That really scared the bejeebies out of me, and then I kind of just left the scene. So we have a 10Q on this June. Maybe who's ever trying to exercise their warrants are just going to let this ride for a little bit. But I think if I had warrants, I'd be exercising them like it's my job. most likely they've already been, a lot of them have already been exercised because there's huge volume on FAT that we haven't seen like this in the past. So, you know, if we just scroll back before this day, we've had, you know, big volume days in the past. So this must be a bunch of new volume if you ask me. NTN's a nice one, huh? Nice. Janine. MCRB, I remember that one. 9:35, guys. This thing's going to open up at 9:36 and 39 seconds, most likely. I'm still watching NTN. Watching it closely. Never got my fill on it. We pulled all the way down to about 81, which wasn't really the biggest dip. Could this have a continuation? Maybe a break above VWAP would be something even worth looking into. Nice, Michael. Happy to hear that. I feel like you're my AAL like broadcaster. I don't even have to check the ticker. I just look on the chat room every now and then. I see, and I know what AAL is up to. Still watching NTN, guys. Markets are slightly red except the NASDAQ. Typically, kind of what we want to see. FAT is going to open up pretty shortly here. Boom! NTN just had that perfect rip pullback and now testing VWAP. Oh, I should have traded it. Oh, well, there it goes. There it goes. It is what it is. Well, I would already be taking profits. FAT about to open up here, guys. Good luck. Can it rip past 10? That's the question. Past 10, 2025. Quick pullback to 9.5, 9.3, 9.2. Ooh, might get halted on the way down if this thing continues. Just be careful with this one. A lot of sellers at 9. About to get halted at 9 if this continues here. Halted at 9. Is this a halt or is this a fake halt? Fake. No, this is a real halt. Guys, this is not surprising. This is absolutely not surprising. And that's why I was so quick to take my profits on this one. Too quick. I was too quick. But we knew that this one is very, very shaky. We knew this one had high risk. And I'm not surprised it halted going down after this one. Man, NTN, guys, I totally missed the boat on this one. Oh, man, really kicking myself about that. I wouldn't trade it in this area at the moment. This was supposed to be the one. We were supposed to be together. Why'd you leave me, NTN? Nice, Corey. Looks like you're in it. Nice, Joe. Congrats to everyone profiting right now. And if you're not, it's okay. You're learning lessons, and that's what's important. Nice $1 million talk. You could check the 10 Qs and 8Ks. And then there was some news on FAT as well. That's why I checked it. And then in the chat room, people were talking about it as well. So many opportunities. Well, let's see what happens, Tan. Let's see what happens. FAT is going to open up at 42. So we got some time there. I'm still watching NTN, not as probably closely as I should. So let me pay attention to this one. I'm trying to find reasons not to trade it right now. More reasons not to trade it than to trade it. I'm not sure if that's the right mental attitude, but that was a really strong move on a ticker that had a really, really strong sell-off. Guys, 50% pulled back pre-market highs. We usually don't see that kind of weakness. Just I'm really cautious about that. 3 million float on NTN, 1.5 million float on FAT. Absolutely just wizard numbers. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the content and if you are loving the community as much as I am. NTN, VWAP pullback, 9-minute EMA retest, already up a couple percent from there. 7%. Oh man, I love the way NTN moves. It's just so quick. Oh my God, is it about to break? Oh my Lord. Oh, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Should have been on that one. Nice, Corey. IGC, guys, breaking that 3.5 zone. Like what I'm seeing here. Found support and just absolutely ripped back higher. Super sweet. That's a 30% move. Really, really nice to see something like that. I think the reason I'm not trading a lot right now is probably because I just traded so much pre-market that I felt like I needed to let things cool a little bit. I'm a bit nervous that NTN might have a bit of a flush here. Very weak stock with a huge movement so far. Gotta say it's very impressive. Was not expecting a move this strong. IGC pulling back. Actually, IGC is still pulling up. Sorry, I read it wrong. FAT about to open up here. Let's keep a close eye on it. NTN going for the flush. Might see a 10-minute hold here on FAT. Weird. Nice, welcome to the channel, man. Two very interesting places to be for sure. I don't do any drop shipping myself, but I sure like day trading. IGC, big explosion past those pre-market highs. Really impressive on this one. Beautiful move. NTN, let's see if we can get a little bit more of a dip here. Not sure if I'd be jumping on this one just yet. Looking for 5-minute setups. This move, guys, IGC, congrats to anyone that bought that really nice reversal around 2.8. This was a 60% ripski. Just totally crazy. FAT looks like it's still holding. Thanks, $1 Million Talk. Yeah, I mean, I guess people really enjoy the community. And I guess that means we're doing something right here. NTN, 3.5 was a big bounce zone. This could be a secondary run. I'm already up 7%. I think the way this one moves is just mind-blowing. Strong pullback here on IGC. We know there's some pretty decent support around 3.3, 3.4 on IGC. I think even yesterday that was a critical zone. I don't find that RSI really helps. Swing trading can be sometimes useful for RSI, but it's day trading RSI I feel like is a bit irrelevant. I'm a little ashamed of myself that I missed both of those big run-ups. I'm not really ashamed of myself on FAT. I think leaving that one alone was kind of okay idea. But not entering NTN on that first pullback and not entering IGC on that 2.8 reversal, both of those I do regret a little bit, I gotta be honest. Well, I mean, you guys see all my indicators here. I'm using VWAP, the 9 EMA, and that's it. On the daily chart, I use the 180-day moving average as well. I'm waiting for a setup, Satoshi. I'm already in some more trades than I did in the last two days already, though. So busy pre-market for me. Now I'm just kind of like letting my engine cool down a little bit, looking for a possible entry with NTN if we get a dip here. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy this breakout, although we have a nice flag pattern on NTN. 5-minute setup as well, kind of okay. But just kind of letting this one slide by. NTN looked like it was a possible fake out here. That's a big reason I wasn't really jumping on this one. I find like there's a lot of sellers on NTN. FAT reopened, what's it at? $8 now. Wow. What a freaking sell-off, huh? I don't know if I'm going to be touching FAT for a while. Again, a little bit nervous here how this one's performing right now. Maybe into his 7s could be something worth looking into. Technically, we're in the 7s. FAT is kind of setting up a flag pattern as well. I'd say it's really interesting. What a pop on that, huh? NTN is still climbing here. Nice, Corey. Slaying that beast. IGC pulling back. I've not been the biggest fan of trading IGC. It's been that one ticker that I've kind of like avoided. I avoided it all yesterday. Actually, I did one trade on it yesterday. Oh man, Tan. Sorry to hear, man. Yeah. This was a weird one, honestly. Like, I was kind of scared even buying it where I bought it just because that pullback was stronger than I expected. And we knew this one had warrants, and I was kind of scared it was going to keep dropping. This halt also surprised me quite a bit, but I guess that's what happens with a 1.5 million float. You know that whatever directions it's going to go in, it's going to shoot. What are you gonna do now? Are you gonna dig yourself out of the hole a little bit, or just call it a day? FAT and NTN, guys, I think right now might be entering the backside of the move. FAT is definitely in the backside. NTN might be entering the backside if it cracks this VWAP zone. XSPA. Yeah, I haven't looked at that one yet. FAT trying to break that 9-minute, but I'm not jumping on this one. I could see it break 8.5 though before a big new resistance comes in. Ooh, guys, 9:53. What a crazy morning. I definitely missed several trades on NTN, but it's fine. I got my trading in pre-market. Obviously, doesn't mean I don't want to keep trading, but NTN with a quick little move here to the downside. 339 or 340 looks like it may have been the low. Maybe we'll get another move here. Possible entry at NTN. I would have just had the best entry on NTN. I have no idea why my order was just rejected. Did you guys see what it said? Hold on, let me quickly see here. Buying power is definitely in the building, so I'm not totally sure what just happened. What the heck was that? Still watching NTN? Just got an entry on NTN, 600 shares at 36. Small position size. NTN still selling off here. Possible second small fill at 38. 700 shares. Not really trusting this one. Took a bit of a scratch here. Small, was that a profit or a loss? I think that was a small profit. Doesn't really matter. It was overall a scratch. That was so weird. The first fill should have been perfect. I would have walked away with like 2-3%, or maybe just 2. I don't know. Maybe even 1.5. It doesn't really matter. Then it had a second dip. That was looking good, but I was losing confidence in it. A little bit sloppy trading. I don't know. But it was okay. It was okay. Not the end of the world. Stock buying part of the empire. The buy stop must be entered above. No, Harley, no, you should not. Yeah, with a margin account, that should have not been an issue. Okay, so it had the nice 9-minute EMA retest. This is actually the trade I was looking for. So, you know, I had the right idea. Timing was not ideal. And then I kind of scared myself out of this one. I don't know why, but I was still concerned with the last trade, but whatever. Let's go back to FAT, kind of see what this one's doing. Had a really nice break of 8.5, retested 9, and then flushed down here a little bit, 11%. Just been a wicked one to trade. IGC at 3.5. I think IGC at 3.3 would be a little bit more interesting. NTN pulling back a second time here, guys. IGC at 357. Yeah, like I said, on the dip on IGC, I'd probably be looking for more 3.4, 3.3 on it. Michael, I like the enthusiasm. You know what? That was a really weird everything. Just a quick little reminder, guys, NTN, we're on the backside of a fairly big move Would not be surprised if there was a ton of back holders on this one, and that was probably a big issue for this one pre-market. But it has a tremendous amount of volume today, so that's actually a really, really good sign. If we can go above 3.5 and kind of really stay above this area, this one could be quite the move. Most of the volume has been on the sell. Let's go to the 15-minute. $320 is a really good support zone. By doing it every day. Look at that. FAT falls to 7.5. Just absolutely wicked, this one. No surprise, I would say, though. Of Eric long term, I'm not sure. Eric what? There's a foundation video series, guys, if you are interested, in the first link under the video description below, where we talk about the gap and go a bit. It's hard for me to explain all those things right now. FAT, guys, 762. These are zones for possible dips. NTN 327. I've been waiting for this one to dip one more time, but question, are we going to get it? Yeah, paradox, man. I totally feel you on that. The spread on FAT is just absolutely wicked. 1.5 million float. I'd be a little bit nervous getting stuck in a hold. Looks like we might crack the 7.5 zone. That could be a nice little tumble. Wow, look at NTN, guys. This one just doesn't want to stop so far. I mean, it's looking pretty good. Volume is fading quite a bit. IGC at 3.4. I mean, this is what we were talking about. We were saying, 3.3, 3.4 would be a much more interesting place to look for a potential dip. And then it had that nice little bounce there, 12%. So congrats to anyone who got this trade. This is actually the one I wanted, but I was not paying attention to IGC. Now it's pulling back a little bit. Uh, 7.5 on FAT. God, again. Woo! Bounce central everywhere, guys. There's just dip buying opportunities left and right. Oh, man, Michael. All right, take care, dude. Beautiful bounce on FAT. Absolutely. Absolutely panty dropping beautiful. $10.04, guys. Maybe we're going to start seeing some reversals coming in here. I wonder if FAT is going to be one of those. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I guess more a little quicker than you go to the bathroom really fast when the market's open. That's what I've learned. Alex gets too excited. He's hydrated. I do pee a lot, that's true. I also drink a lot of water, and I, especially with the heat out here, it's ridiculously hot. So I'm like slaying one of these every, this is half a liter. I'm probably doing one of these every, I don't know, 20 minutes when I'm trading. I drink, or maybe 30 minutes. I'm drinking way too much when I'm trading. Yeah, Eddie, it's a bit of a hectic kind of setup, man. I used to be horrible at it, and I think I'm still pretty bad at it, but I've gotten a little bit better at trying to prioritize certain things. So obviously later in the day when I'm not trading as much, I'll be more focused on the chat room, and then if I'm in a trade, I just try not to look at the chat room because I seem to always miss something in the order book if I'm in a trade. Talking about being in a trade, NTN is pop locking and dropping again here. What's going on? Is it going to break 325? That's what I would have wanted actually to see. FAT, man, what a beautiful bounce. I can't believe I didn't do that one. Oh, ugh. You need some coffee. I don't know if I need coffee, man. I would melt. Yeah, I probably would melt, man. I'm really sensitive to heat. CHU, I have not been looking at CHU. I don't really have any thoughts on it. Is FAT halted? No thoughts on CHU, to be honest. China, Hong Kong, LTD. You know, I've been having such bad luck with Chinese companies that sometimes I just don't even trade them. I don't know what it is. I try not to be overly biased towards anything, but I oftentimes don't understand why they're up, so it's hard for me to judge them, how aggressive I should be. Sometimes they don't have any news and they fly like crazy. Sometimes they have the best news and they don't move at all. And then I'm just sitting here like, what am I supposed to do? So I don't know. The Chinese companies are a little bit confusing. Just like SJ, right here, this was one of the top stocks for a long time today. Now it's pulling off. I just didn't even bother with SJ. And they had pretty good catalyst, acquired B Live and trying to increase their global footprint. Sounded like a pretty good catalyst, and they're absolutely not doing anything in no volume. So I don't know. I have no idea on CHU, to be honest. Okay, NTN, guys, is looking pretty stable here. Let's keep a close eye on it. I really like what I'm seeing on NTN. I think FAT is halted. I can't believe it was halted. FAT gets halted so quickly. FAT is halted. Yeah, okay. Thanks, guys. I've been waiting for the bigger dip on NTN this whole time, and so far it has not done it. So I think we might go back above VWAP pretty soon here, because once the lows get tested too many times, then they start trying to test the highs, right? That's really what stocks are. They're just testing where support and resistance is. It's always trying to find that area, and when support gets tested, like a triple bottom or so, boom, there it is. There's the break of VWAP. Boom. We pretty much called that out. I didn't trade it though. Nice move, NTN, guys. Really, really nice move. It's 10-10. Wow, 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 wow. NTN might get halted here. 22%. Big, big, big volume at 411. Ho! Looks like we have a late day or late morning runner. This is going to open up again at 10:15:37. Definitely going to be watching it closely. Oh man, I'm already excited for NTN to start opening up here. FAT is going to open up 10, 12, and 47 seconds. So we're going to be watching FAT first, and then we're going to switch over to NTN at around 10:15. It's going to be quite interesting. Could I check UAVS? I'm not really sure why I would be trading UAVS. I mean, that was a lead gapper many, many times in the past. It's not even on the scanners today. I really don't think it's something that I would be trading UAVS. It's probably on the backside of a bigger move. I mean, it's been a great runner, but I'm trying to really trade the momentum, and I don't see that UAVS has momentum today. I want to get ready here for the open on, we could check UAVS a little bit later, but right now we're in 20 seconds. FAT is going to open up here. Not sure if I'm going to trade it. Whatever I would do smaller position size for sure. Here we go. 870. Quick pullback here. Could be a healthy buy. 812. Absolutely wicked. Oh my lord. Talk about snoozing on that one. Called it out, but I didn't trade it. FAT, I pretty much wrapped up trading on this one pre-market. We did a lot of trades on it. I think I did like 10 trades on it today. I don't know why my trades aren't showing on it. Woo! Congrats to anyone that got that perfect pullback. Really, really nice. How do I know when a stock is going to be halted? Typically, they're halted for 5 minutes long. That was super nice. I would have taken my profits on that break above 9, and most likely I would have took profits before then. Sweet, sweet stuff, guys. I think FAT, with that amount of volume, I think it's back in play. Which is kind of surprising. I gotta say, I'm quite surprised on it. And NTN, I think it's definitely back in play. I'm a little bit more interested in NTN at the moment. $10.13. We've been trading this strategy for like what, 9 months now, but I've been trading for a pretty long time, like several years. Halts can be a positive thing. Halts get a lot of traders looking at a stock. A lot of people have halt scanners. Nice Bollisher, sweet entry on that. That was a surprisingly amount of big volume on FAT. I gotta say, I was quite impressed. Another 20 seconds on NTN before it opens up here. FAT, quick pullback. I don't think I would be entering this zone. Let's see if there's a 9 EMA retest. We've got pretty decent buyer. Okay, NTN opening up, pulling higher. I'm wondering if NTN will have a quick move to the downside, maybe a VWAP touch. Wow, FAT, yeah, big sell-off. I didn't really trust it. NTN is really kind of gearing up here for a second breakout. This could be a sweet move. Don't really see it pulling back much more at this point. 387 was the low. Wow, the way this one moves is just so strong. Maybe it's going to need more of a 5-minute setup. Who knows? I think people are very weary about the there we go. There's the break at 4.4. Had a high for a second. You guys know I'm a bit more of a dip buyer, so I typically don't trade breakouts. I'll trade pullbacks. Very rarely do I trade breakouts, but typically I like these more dips. NTN, woo, it's trying hard to break higher. I'm not sure if I'm going to get in. I like what I'm seeing though. Really healthy pullback to 87. Already up 20+% from there. Congrats to anyone who bought that dip. Again, AI, I have a foundation video series in the video description below. It's totally free, but definitely just check it out. A lot of questions are down there. Markets are green, more or less. Very kind of scratchy though. It's kind of what I like to see. I don't think I'd be buying NTN in these high areas. I'd be too worried about a flush. It's holding the highs exceptionally well though, I gotta admit. It's 1019. Night, Sudi. Suitsy. Sweet. There goes NTN. Pull back. Take care, man. Or lady. I'm not sure. See you tomorrow though. 420, 429. The 5-minute setup on NTN would be a little bit closer to 380. Wow, NTN, man. You know, I gotta say, it's holding the highs much better than I would have expected for this ticker. So maybe it will keep breaking out here. I find too much risk to be trading it in this zone, so I won't be trading it. But does not mean it is over. Yeah, today was a good day to get a bit more aggressive with the pullbacks and breakouts. We've just had, so many days where we just had stocks pulling back all morning. So I didn't really feel the energy of that. Like, that's something I would have wanted to do. So, coulda, shoulda, would have done that, but I don't really regret it. I had a pretty great pre-market trading, had some really nice dips in that area. So let's see what happens. I want to at least trade for another, we'll give it to 11. NTN might make a new high, not of day, but of since the market opened. Pre-market high at 585. Huge resistance around 5. I wonder how close we're going to get to that. Really sweet volume overall on NTN on the daily. Makes me fairly confident that we might have some strong continuation here in the next, I don't know, maybe even going into the afternoon or so. But we'll have to see how this one holds. In the recap video, we'll definitely be talking about, is NTN something we want to hold, or like maybe even swing trade or hold overnight. I probably won't be doing it because I typically don't swing overnight small caps. But I always like to analyze them and think about, is this going to be a potential, IGC that had a really, really nice run the next day, mostly pre-market. Yeah, we're up. I'm not sure how much we're up. Definitely around 600 something. Possible 5-minute setup on NTN. If it keeps pulling back here, $4 is really big support. Not sure if we'd go really below 6. It's 10.25. I was looking for a possible entry on NTN in the teens, but we went down to 420. Too many buyers there, and we had a reversal, so I missed that entry. Still pulling back here. That was about 21 or so. Nice little test of the 9-minute just now. Back to 420. Ooh, this has hit 420 several times now. Wouldn't be surprised if it broke. No, it goes back up 430. 10.27 now. Here we go, NTN. This could be the break of 420 if we do not break above the EMA. FAT making moves again. That's why I'm keeping this one up on this chart. Had low volume here, but it's slowly starting to crack again. Both of these have just wicked spreads. Polisher. All right, let's see. NTN 420 looks like it finally might get chipped away here. Just had a quick entry at 405. Looking for more or less a base hit on this one. A lot of sellers on 14, 15. Taking profits here at 416. Very quick move. Not a big winner. Very small base hit. Wanted to be a little bit careful here. Probably wrapped in, nothing too crazy. So, yeah, okay. It is what it is. We knew $4 was pretty big support. Right above VWAP and was former resistance. I always look for these former resistance zones. You can see that 391, 394 was retested several times. I didn't know if we were gonna break 4 and go into the 90s, and that's why I did not want to hold this very long. I wouldn't be surprised if we did go into the 90s. I like my base hits. Boom, there we go. There was that crack. That's what I was worried about. We just hit 397. Quick move. That was a nice bounce though on it. I gotta say, that bounce was phenomenal. I wasn't expecting such a quick bounce. Holy Lord. 10:30, guys. It's officially 10:30. Let's see when we get out of here. NTN might be another possibility. I would have loved that second dip. I looked away literally for a second. It's crazy how fast it goes sometimes. So when it's hot, you gotta pay attention. Let's go back to FAT here, and at the same time, I'm gonna watch NTN still on my second chart. FAT really likes this $8 zone, huh? Ooh, NTN now breaking 9-minute EMA. Looks like it could be back in the game a little bit here. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you are new here, if you're enjoying the content, if you're learning something new. And if you are new, consider subscribing. We go out with a recap video after every trading day, review the best setups, review what we could have, should have done, review the biggest lessons of the day, review some stocks for swing trading as well. So if you're interested, definitely consider subscribing. NTN looks quite good. I want to give a word of caution here on FAT. Every time I see a bounce that's this weak, boom, there goes the pullback. I was just about to say they tend to keep pulling back. So just be a little bit careful on something like FAT when you see these weak bounces after a big sell-off, especially near big resistance. So let's see what happens. Nothing's guaranteed, and just because it's happened before doesn't mean it's going to happen again. But again, this would not be a buying zone for me. This would be more of a caution zone. Nice bounce on the NTN. Absolutely beautiful. I should have done a secondary entry on it. Again, you know, I looked away for literally a second, and wow, that was a quick one. Wow, NTN, man, this thing is really impressive. Really like the constant energy behind this one. Oh, a quick pullback there. Oh my God, that could be the VWAP. Could have broke it. Wow, that was insane on NTN just now. FAT looking really weak in this area. Let's see what happens. Yep, there's some move lower on FAT. Cracking now. This is where you have to debate with yourself. Is 7.5 going to be another little retest zone? I gotta say, I'm a little surprised FAT hasn't had the full-on flush yet. The last candle really looked like it would. And this one's building up some sell momentum as well. But holding here longer than I would have expected. Here, 8. Okay, now here it goes, 7.95, 8. But again, buyers coming back in on it. I gotta say, FAT is surprisingly strong. Now it's gonna start testing the resistance above. Boom, look at that. Really impressive move on FAT. Maybe this one is positioned for a reversal. I gotta say, I was not expecting that. Let's see what happens. Maybe it's just trying to get a lot of people on the wrong side of this trade. I don't know. I wouldn't trade it. To me, it's not an obvious move. I like to look for really, really clean, obvious setups and then take my base hits on them, even if they could run a little bit further. That has allowed me to be the most consistent across the board. So pretty happy with that. Paradox, how do I time my dip trades? That's a tough question. I feel like every dip is a little bit different. I always use historical prices for trying to figure out what my relative entry would be. So if I know that $4 has been big time support, there's either going to be front running of $4 or there's going to be a crack of $4. And if there's a crack and it's weak, I love to buy those cracks. But if you see the selling momentum already slowing down in the teens, most likely there's front running. So it's a bit of like really watching the order book and trying to be quick, because sometimes you get a nice 2, 3, 4% bounce, and then before you know it, it's breaking support on a second retest. So it's a bit of a tricky setup. What I like about dip buying is that you do know your risk pretty well. If I'm buying a bounce off of 4, I know if it cracks 4, I'm gonna be stopping out, right? Maybe I might average down, but if I average down, then the entry of my last average down is typically a very hard stop. Because I don't want to be averaging down into a loser. That's very dangerous. That's how you make big losses, so don't want to do that. Yeah, honestly, $1 million clock. My face is about to fall into the screen. My second screen, the one I'm looking at over here, that's NTN. So I'm watching it really closely. I got FAT on this screen. I keep thinking about wanting to buy this one, but so far not really convinced. Yeah, I'll check UAVS. I'm gonna put alert here. FAT looks really, really weak. Yeah, UAVS, I definitely wouldn't be day trading this one. I wouldn't even consider day trading this one. It's been a big runner. I don't like to buy stocks up almost over 10x like we have with UAVS. Volume is basically non-existent on this one, which is not really something you want to see. This one really, really needs a strong catalyst. And honestly, even if it does have a strong catalyst, it might not even move that much, just because it's had a tremendous move so far. Looks like it does a lot of financing deals, and that's why these spikes never really hold that well. I'm actually kind of really surprised that it's holding this area. Maybe it's going to have one more attempt here back above 4. So I think that could be a possibility. There's been more buy volume than sell volume, so that's actually quite positive. It definitely has potential. I don't really know much about the company anymore, since, I don't know, last time we traded it. I don't really remember. Maybe it's a swing, but again, I have no idea. If you generally believe in the company, it might be something to look into. The technicals, I find that there's much more risk than possible reward, but again, I'm not saying it's not going to break past 4, maybe go to 4.5, break 5. I'm just saying that it's going to take a lot more energy to move this thing to the upside than to the downside. Coming from 19 cents, I'd be a little bit worried. It is an interesting pick. UAVS, I mean, oh man, we've been looking at this so much in the past, but yeah, day trading, no way. But you guys probably already know that. I don't trade stuff unless it has big volume, like FAT. FAT finally broke here at $8. I feel like this one has been a long time coming. So it kind of looked like it maybe just tried to get buyers on the wrong side of this one. Right here, pulled higher again. This is a pretty decent little 3-4% move. I love the way FAT and NTN are trading. It's just so much energy behind these tickers today. Can I time out the clown? Something tells me you're talking about abolisher. Abolisher. Yeah, Tan, man. I remember you writing about that. That's really wicked, man. I'm sorry to hear that. It's super stressful when you're slaying it pre-market and then you give back so much on one trade. I think that's a big reason I didn't trade a lot today, because I was so nervous about doing something silly on two stocks that had actually really a lot of sellers pre-market. But Tan, I think you could probably use this as somewhat of a learning experience. And then always out of the gates, use cautious position size, especially on a stock with so much negative catalyst like FAT. But yeah, man, it's stressful. Yeah, but guys, remember this is a place to really help each other. It's okay to post on great traits and stuff like that, but just try to be thinking, how can I contribute to the community? There's no need to go crazy in here. We've put people time out many times before, so just baby steps here. What do I think about trading the ES market? To be honest, I'm not sure what you mean by the ES market. Sorry, there's too many acronyms in trading. Maybe I know what you're talking about, but at the moment, I'm not sure. Business. I use default order routes, which honestly, whichever one TD Ameritrade gives me, because I can't pick order routes. Only some brokers allow that, like Lightspeed. TD Ameritrade, you're just thrown into a giant bushel of trades. That's why the filling is very weird on TD Ameritrade. And oftentimes, like today, the price goes below your limit order, and you don't get filled. It's really stressful. No, Gabriel, I don't think I'm going to do anything for the splits. I would like to buy both tickers in my long-term portfolio. So if the stock prices go down, I'll probably buy. If they go up, I won't buy until they go down, and then I'll buy. I don't know. I gotta say, NTN, man, just constantly crawling here. This is looking pretty solid. on halts with limit orders, on limits during halts. It just basically when the stock price moves too quickly, there's a circuit breaker that just kind of says, hold up, let's give a timeout here, and orders don't get filled anymore, and everything just freezes. Welcome back, Satoshi. Not in the millions yet, but NTN might bring us there. Another breakout with NTN. We're at a really critical $5 level, which has been kind of seen as a really key pre-market zone. So absolutely explosive NTN. I might not even trade it though anymore. I think I might be done with trading for the day. It's always tough thing to say, but 1046. If I wanted more entries on NTN, I should have done them earlier. But this is not anymore my favorite time to be trading. So let's see what I end up doing. Nice, Satoshi. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Quick pullback, NTN at 475. Solid little dip trade opportunity. FAT at 7.6. This could be a really, really solid double bottom on FAT. 757. If I was to do another trade, this would probably be the zone for me to do the trade. Yep, okay, that was it. 470. That was the zone. FAT back at 760. 757. Wow, what a crazy day, man. Today was a phenomenal day. I hope we get more days like today. This has been a really, really nice momentum we've seen here. So we have pre-market high of 585. We also have just general resistance around $5. You can see this was a place of a lot of retests. Thanks, Tristan. Rory, good analysis on AAPL. Really, really interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, Tristan, honestly, the pre-market trades today were above average good. Like, they're not always that great. And sometimes I don't trade at all pre-market. So it's a tough thing to really, I don't know, to stream, because you just, one, I'm oftentimes not at the computer. Two, it's just like sometimes very slow and I'm doing something else. Today was just really hot and I was like, all right, let's give it our all. I really like the activity. Yesterday I only made $25 pre-market. The day before that, I think I lost $60 pre-market. Yeah, I had some decent days as well. But yeah, it's always more of a, pre-market to me is more of like a, let me get my feet wet. Let me kind of get some exposure. And the problem was, though, today I eased off the throttle, I would say, too much out of the gates once the market opened. I was really surprised that NTN did what it did. I was expecting NTN to be a little bit more like FAT, but I guess you can only have so many FATs in the day before people want other explosive moves. FAT, guys, nice dip here off of 7.5. We all called this one out. Could it be easily walking away with like 4% or so on that one? Yeah, time of force, you just change it from good till cancel, extended hours to pre-market right here. Just don't forget to switch it back, because if you don't switch it back, man, you're going to run into a lot of issues with your stops. At least that's what happens to me all the time. NTN, guys, taking off like an absolute rocket right now. Yeah, Ryan, I feel the same way. I didn't really trade pre-market for a really long time, but if that's where all the activity is sometimes, then, you know, might as well dabble a little bit, try to get comfortable. Satoshi, IGC. $3 is probably not a bad bet. I hope you took some profits on that 9-minute EMA retest. We had a big break of 3.2. So that'd be the only thing I'd be a little bit cautious about, Satoshi. I'm sure you probably know already, or took profits or whatnot. But this is definitely trending to the downside, IGC. Huge support though overall around 3, and then again at 280. 270 as well. Yeah, how do you know if the ticker is overextended? I don't know. I mean, right now we're near huge daily resistance. Yeah, IGC having some issues in this area. I'd be careful for IGC to break 3. It just broke 3. NTN, yeah, we know that roughly 550 is big resistance. Right now we're at $5 pretty much. So I think in terms of overextended, I think we do know that this one is, you know, is gonna probably have a few difficulties in this area. Not to mention, it just had a really strong run. So a pullback is most likely, very likely in this area, maybe to gather some energy and then have a secondary rip through it. So I would probably let this one pull back and look for a 5-minute setup. Abolisher, try to be more supportive and try to think, am I contributing, what am I saying right now? Is it helping the community? Try not to just clutter the chat room. Yeah, Natasha, that's actually a super, super nice trade. I don't think I would have held that long, but congrats. That was beautiful. And also congrats for taking profits. A lot of people don't take profits. They hold something too long, and then you sell for a loss. Yep, exactly what Kirill said. Here we go, guys. NTN. This is a pretty healthy pullback, I would argue. I like that it went to 4.5. I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of retested the 9-minute in this area. It's 10:56. It's a bit late in the day. Word of caution, huh? That was a quick pullback to about 57. Let's see what kind of bounce we get out of this one. I'd actually be surprised if it was going over 75. 73, 71. Yeah, 72. Gotta say, that dip was really nice. I did not trade it. I kind of wish I did. Wow, I could have been trading NTN a lot more today. Oh well, it is what it is. It does have some really wicked flushes once it does start dipping. That's always been a bit of my concern. Yeah, Satoshi, I think that was probably a good idea, IGC. Exiting that one. Possible secondary flush. I wouldn't really think that this one would be such a strong pullback. Let's just kind of see what happens here. We got 5-minute support around 44. Oh, 460 selling off. Hitting that $5 44 zone, 42. Yeah, we actually went perfectly to 44. Bounce is somewhat weak. I'd probably be weary of this bounce at the moment. Maybe it's going to have a second red candle. That'd be my guess. $51. Nope. Okay, there we go. Could be a little bit of bounce here. Interesting. 3% bounce. Congrats to people that got it. I'm pretty much just kind of commentating at this point. $350 viewers, woo! Awesome. Here we go. This is the move. Just watching it again. 4.5. We know there's big support in these zones. So now it's past 11 o'clock. I'll be wrapping up really, really soon here in the next few minutes. Yep. Yeah, so fine. In the video description below, I have information. I have a whole video on the scanners. The only thing I don't talk about in the video is just moving them over here. That's pretty much the easy part though. So definitely check out the video in the video description below under the FAQ section. Greetings from Sweden, man. Cool stuff. Greetings from Berlin. ARPO just popping up there. I see a lot of people talking about it. I don't see it on my scanner yet, but maybe it's not populating. What do I mean by the 9-minute? Then it's a little confusing because I should be saying the 9 EMA, exponential moving average based on the last 9 candles. It's not necessarily a 9-minute, but it's on the 9-minute chart. So I'm always like the 9-minute EMA. It's a little confusing. I apologize. It's definitely not perfect to call it that. This is a really peculiar place to be because last time the 9 EMA on the 5-minute was actually support with VWAP support. That was really nice support. But now we got the 9 EMA much higher above VWAP. So it's kind of a question, are we going to crack it and actually find bigger support around 420, 435, something like that? Which I would probably argue would maybe be the case. $438, $437, still selling off. Constant dippers on this one, really impressive. I don't think it's available to UK residents, but then again, I'm not totally sure. I thought it was only US residents for a long time, then I heard other people were using it all around the world, so I don't really know what the rules are with TD Ameritrade. Lars, I'm not really sure about that. No idea. Yep, that's true, 1AP Pro. This bounce on NTN is very weak so far. Always good to be a bit cautious on those. Overall, this has been a pretty strong 5-minute pullback. So this one 18%, while the last one right here, this was about a 22%. So if we did a 22%, that would put us around 420 more or less, maybe a little bit lower, 415. First pullback was about 19%, 18, 19. So they're all kind of pivoting around 20, it looks like. This one's about 18% now as well. Great dip opportunities on NTN. Let's see, dip number 1, 4%, dip number 2, another kind of like 4%, and then this one again kind of like a 4%. Now I don't think aiming for 4% would have ever been really the right idea, but wrapping up 2% each time would have been pretty safe way to play it. So really sweet stuff if anyone was doing that. if that was pre-market or if that was earlier in the day, I probably would have been doing it. Like I said, I like to wrap up trading by 10:30. My last trade was actually at 10:29, so kind of funny. And after that, I would really need to see like a really nice setup, or else I feel like I'm kind of over trading, because I start trading around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm already a little bit spotty in the head by now. Yeah, 1AP Pro, definitely true. Available in the Philippines. Yeah, it's crazy that like where it's available. So I don't know all the answers, but best answer would probably be to contact TD Ameritrade, huh? 15-minute delay on stocks. Oh God, I couldn't even imagine. So yeah, I think a big lesson today is like, we had some really good volume overall. IGC is at 500 million, NTN 270 million, and FAT 180 million. That's really, really nice to see that. So getting a bit more aggressive, just taking more trades on NTN, and honestly, the 3 lead gappers today. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work out, you cut your losses, but I let a lot of opportunities kind of slide by. Never really had any FOMO though, because I felt like I did some pretty decent trading in the morning. So it's a tough thing to like try to figure out, like, should I have done more trading, or was it actually the right idea to kind of let it slide? Probably today I should have done more trading, because we had some really good opportunities and I totally missed on them, and that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, but we had a pretty decent amount of trades today. 38 entries were filled. We're wrapping up today with $681 profit, and that's not too bad. I don't even think we had a trade over $5,000. Maybe one. So still traded, fairly small position size, but we had a lot of good base hits today, and I think that's a big lesson for not just myself, or a reminder for myself. And if you're hearing it for the first time, guys, base hits, especially pre-market, is a really, really good thing to do. Just constantly take profits off the table when you have them. Sometimes you leave some money on the table because the stock keeps going up, but I feel like more times than not, it doesn't. Especially if you're buying dips. If you're buying dips, you got to be really quick. Yep, Bren. Thanks, man. Totally true. What a week. Has been a week. Nice, Tristan. Yeah, NTN was just a mad fun stock. I wish I could have squeezed more out of it, but hey, man, and let's say another week from now, another month from now, another year from now, another NTN, I'm going to be more confident with, I'm going to be more aggressive, and maybe instead of making 300 bucks on it, we'll make 3,000 or 30,000 on it. We'll be using bigger position size, and we'll be getting more aggressive. So it's really just a journey, and don't let one day, be overdwelling, over powerful. I don't know. There's a word. There's something I wanted to say. Don't get caught up in one day. Yesterday was a red day. Today was a green day. So yesterday and today combined made 500 bucks, or like 580 or something. So pretty sweet. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here, man. Super fun environment like always. I appreciate all the helpful stuff you guys write in the community, and good luck if you're going to keep on trading. Hopefully there's going to be some nice afternoon moves. I really hope there's going to be something beautiful popping up. For now, I'm done with the day. Maybe I'll look for some swings or so in the recap video. I think there's tons of good stuff, though, to recap. And Yeah, NTN and FAT, are they going to be swing trades? Maybe overnight holds. I don't know. I'll definitely review that as well. So guys, don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and you want to check out the recap video. I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning and also tonight. Stay safe, guys. Make some awesome trades. See you next time. Peace out, peeps.